Peace, assalamu alaikum, hotep, namaste, jambo ashe, shalom, shalom. All the greetings of love and light to the darkest minds of the light. Yes, I am Napah, and I know it's late, but it's still great. I'm on my indigenous black man right now. Shout out to indigenous black man. What I'm saying is, knowledge belongs to us all. However, in this community, I've experienced things as a teacher who is a true teacher of those who want to receive the darkest minds of the light. I went back kind of underground, didn't really too much in the forefront keep teaching about esoteric knowledge. I did have a course once upon a time where I was teaching the esoteric of the Bible. And in 2020-ish, about 2021, between 2020 and 2021, I came out and did a full teaching on Jesus is this of Genesis 3 is the serpent in the garden. I'm not saying that worldwide, because I'm going to talk about Killah Priest, because I've talked to my brother Killah Priest about this. He argued, but we argued back and forth about this back in the day. He said, "You think you're the only one who ever brought that out?" No, I don't think I'm the only one who ever brought it out. However, it was not available at all mainstream as it is now on the internet. And the connection of Jesus being the serpent, I'm not talking about the Gnostic teaching of the serpent being a benevolent entity, which is taught very prevalently in Gnostic teaching. I'm not saying that. When I was teaching, when I came out and said, Jesus is a serpent in the garden, I got people telling me, "Oh, you're going to go to hell. You're a witch. You're the devil." Brother Sanchez, I love you. Even you got on your channel, said I didn't know what I was talking about. I do have the information. It's all love, because I'd love to sit with you now that you guys are teaching that mainstream. But the reason I'm coming live is it's very funny, because I see people like this woman who I was going to debate. Since she doesn't say my name, I'm not going to say hers out of respect. I see her getting up there, still, at least she's holding her position, saying she's against the teaching that Jesus is the serpent. However, she is, even though everybody attacked me, including her, saying Jesus isn't the serpent, she is making an effort to not even mention that before Brother Sanchez finally caught up and he's teaching his esoteric information on it, and it's all love, Sanchez, we could sit down, but no one in this community whatsoever at all aligned with me when I said Jesus is a serpent in the garden, besides Sonnetter and a few handful pockets of the audience. When I'm talking about people who are content creators and who are teachers, they rejected, they sat back quietly, they let me get dragged, but I didn't. The truth is always going to be with me. As you see, the entire world is finding out that Jesus of Genesis 3 is in fact the serpent in the garden. However, in when I had 2-3 debates about Jesus being the serpent in the garden, the only information that could find remotely close to Jesus being correlated to the serpent in the garden in Genesis 3 was, I already said the Gnostic teachings talks about Sophia and the benevolence of the serpent, but not Jesus being the serpent. Remotely close, who is Michael Heiser, and he did not say Jesus is a serpent. He aligns with my teaching that the serpent, I got to document my stuff here. In fact, I should just go ahead and just write it down and put it in a book and get it out there, because now it's mainstream. But I got something for you. I'm going to come out with some more stuff that people had laughed at me about. I will be hopefully bringing it out about the Levitical priesthood coming out of the Kemetic priesthood. I also got laughed at about that. I got laughed at about Moses being Kemetic, his mother, but I digress. So Heiser, he shows, and other scholars, of course, and Bible scholars show that there is a group of the Elohim are a group of seraphim or not the Nahash. They're a group of them. And that's what I could find remotely. So I'm not, this isn't ego. But if I'm going to protect and speak up for other people, I have to speak up for my own soul child. And I got dragged by Hebrews, non-Hebrews, Christians, atheists. But I love you all. I kiss you to the sky. You are my children. And I love it. I love that you're my children. Okay. So I'm letting you know that. I'm keeping this on record. This is, if I sound a little aggro, it's just that I'm nervous that, I don't want to be attacked. I've always been attacked in this community. Somebody said, my brother, and I love him too, said, "Oh, you're thirsty for a debate," because I'm about 5 years ahead of everybody. Okay. I'm compared to my elders and they're males. They say, "Oh, so-and-so taught this, so-and-so." I said, "No, they didn't teach this, but I'm following in their footsteps. I'm resonating with them on the same frequency. They're steps ahead of me." I'm saying Phil Valentine, Bobby Hemmett, Dr. Lila, Africa. Yes. See, you can say I'm tooting my horn if you like. Nobody's tooting anything for me. I have to exalt this much of myself. I'm my indigenous Black man right now. Jesus is the serpent in the garden. Okay, I'm very happy that we know that now. Now I'm going to start showing you. I'm going to let y'all have that. You can, get together on that. Do all you want. Brother Sanchez is doing a great job. He's doing his spin on it. He's throwing some stuff in there with his own flavor. Great. You've got my recipe. Now mommy's going to come in here and show you that the Levitical priesthood came out of the Kemetic priesthood. Were there other priesthoods? Of course. Canaanite priesthoods, Gobekli Tepe had priests. Of course, there were priesthoods everywhere. There's priesthoods always, but before there was a priesthood, also take note that Napah is saying this, there was a motherhood. The women were teaching first before the men. The women were the worshipful masters before the males. They taught their sons. They taught their husbands. They taught their brothers. So this isn't information that nobody else is teaching, but this is information that nobody else in this community has taught. I'm going to be humble with that one about the mothers. But Jesus is the serpent in the garden. Hebrews, Christians, atheists, they're like, "Oh, she's crazy. She's this. She's a devil. That's why she's going to die. She needs to be unalived." So just doing my little indigenous Black man victory lap to say that. And the proof is in the pudding. You go in the internet on YouTube and you put Napah, Jesus is a serpent in the garden, 6 years back. Okay. Yes, I'm saying so. And y'all can be like, "Oh, who she thinks she is?" Napah. I don't think I am. I know I am. And the reason I'm in this tone is because I got dragged for saying that. And this is another thing. Nobody is acknowledging that I got dragged. Priest, Killah priest. I know you didn't sit your big ass up there and interview Brother Sanchez and not mention me once. And you guys take this to him and clip it up and let him know. Shame on you. As much as you told me Jesus isn't the serpent in the garden off camera, and I see you on your channel talking about not you agree with 99.9% of that. Boy, if you don't sit your behind down and get some water, but it's all love. I'm just talking mess to you, priest. But really, Jesus is a serpent in the garden. Mark it down. Keep on teaching it. Congratulations to all my children, all my students. I'm talking to you, my love, Brother Sanchez. Good job. Because I remember when I debated that, you said I didn't know what I was talking about. Now, in your defense, maybe you were saying, I didn't know I was talking about with the Bible, but now you were talking that it's about the Bible. So we need to sit down, Sanchez. You and I, you need to talk to me about it. It's, I respect you. It's all love. But what y'all are not going to do is not going to keep on acting like you don't know that I was the one standing by myself, getting my knees busted and people fighting me over Jesus is a serpent in the garden. Shout out to Deacon Hakah, Priest Hakah. I heard you maybe are touching on that. Shout out to Brother Sanchez. Shout out to the entire community and the world of YouTube and social media that are finally seeing that Jesus is the serpent in the garden. Everybody else needs to catch up. Easy bands. Lady that I was supposed to debate that never says my name, but is talking about Brother Sanchez teaching this. You need to catch up. Jesus is the serpent in the garden. All right. Of Genesis 3. Now, what you're not hearing them teach yet is that Jesus is a Lucifer, a flaming, shining being. And you know, I've taught this, just like Satan, so-called Satan. They're really all just the same in the body of the heavenly realm, according to scripture and according to the esoteric. That's not too deep. You can find that with a quick research. This is for the sister who I was supposed to debate. Like, you don't ever say my name, I won't say yours. Jesus Christ is 100% Lucifer, and so is Satan. There are many Lucifers, just like it says there are many Christs. There are many, not Christ. There are many antichrists. You know how the scripture says there are many antichrists? Well, there actually are very many Lucifers and Christs. So there's very many antichrists. I'm doing quotes, and there's very many Christs. At least one of my stark opponents, JJ, goes around and he's held strong. He knows that before anybody was doing this, it was me. He's like, Napah Shadah's so stupid. She's teaching Jesus is serpent in the garden. She don't know what she's talking about. I proved it. So got that out. Yeah, wah. But no, this is on record. Jesus is a serpent in the garden. What is amazing is that people are I'm just looking at people go around. It's crazy going around the internet just saying this, acting like it's like they do not want to say my name. But when I was teaching it and they were against it, take note of this. When I was teaching it and they were against it, they couldn't stop saying my name. Napah Shadah so stupid. Napah Shadah so crazy. She's a witch. She's a this. She's gonna go to hell. And now that they finally their eyes open when they went deep and dark and let go of their church fear, and they let go. Even the ones who aren't even in the church anymore, like my brother Sanchez, like priests, like a lot of people, they got that light that said, oh damn, Jesus is the serpent in the garden. So it's all love. It's never hate. However, as I said, if I speak up for others, why would I not speak up for myself? Scripture says, let others praise you. But if I do that, I'm going to turn to dust and grass on the ground because they are making sure that they go around this huge elephant in the room, and that name Napah Shadah that was being dragged for saying Jesus is the serpent in the garden back from 2020 to 2023-ish. Actually, I say 2020, 3-ish. That name that was brought up, all of a sudden, now that they see what I've been telling them, they decide not to even mention my name. It's like, oh, I figured out that Jesus is a serpent in the garden. Let me go teach it. Okay, I'm happy. I want you to teach it. But what you're not going to do is drag me for the first 3 years that I was teaching it. And then when you realize it, not even mention me at all. You don't even have to say, damn, I'm sorry, you were right. You could at least say, and when Napah Shadah was bringing this out in 2020, in 2021, go to my channel, put in my name. You will go see, put in Jesus is serpent in the garden. It's not like I even have to prove myself. Y'all know that. Y'all know what's going on. So moving right along, though, let me say this. The Levitical priesthood took rise. Came out of the Kemetic priesthood. Nobody is saying this. No one. No scholar. No scholar outside of the community. Not one. Okay? This is 2026, March. I'm going to give it about a year, 2 years. The internet will be flooded with this information. And I'm going to give it, and I am the seed, baby. I'm planting these seeds. I'm not conceited. I'm convinced. And all the information comes from a frequency. This goes back to me saying I'm not the only one out of 8 billion people in the world that this hit from the universal mind of God. However, in this community where everybody is just, everybody wants to be this person who knows better than the other person, right? I sat back in humility and broke the program, because don't forget that I subscribe to the Bible. Don't forget that I am a believer, meaning someone who follows Jesus, someone who is a Christian. So to dig really deep and just to pull out the truth and say, oh, and it all just came to me like boom, 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 and still coming to me. All these beautiful things are coming to me. So I want to say this. Moses, yes, the Levitical priesthood, Moses' mother is Jochebed. Jochebed is the daughter of a Kemetic woman and a Levitical man, the tribe of Levite. He's the son of Levi, the father of Jochebed, and her mother was a Kemetic woman. That means that Moses, Aaron, and all the Levite line were Kemetic through the matrilineal line. So matrilineal sense, they are Kemetic. That's why they claimed Kemet, and they could, because it's your heritage, your lineage is passed down through the mother line in Kemet. And that's why they also could claim he Israelite, because the father was Levite, is Levi. Now, I'm going to say this as well. That's the key to Jesus as well. Jesus he is the Levite, and he is also the Judite, and he has that line of that Kemetic line. It's a little much for you. I know. Just take it back, rewind to 2020, 21, when I was saying Jesus is a serpent and people were saying she's crazy, she's stupid, she doesn't have the proof. I have the proof, but the real thing that I have is the truth. So peace to the darkest minds of light. I'm going to try to I'm just trying to put something together. I already have my PowerPoint from the debate that I did with the sister Christina Nick. And I will continue, of course, to keep on teaching about Jesus being the serpent in the garden. It's a beautiful thing that at the end of the day, I just wanted people to ideally it would have been great if people back then would have said, oh my gosh, I see it. Yeah, that's great. Let's all get it out. I wouldn't need everybody to be like, oh, and then Napah said back then when I first taught it, I didn't need everybody to acknowledge, oh, and then Napah said this. My issue is that I was called the devil, the witch. I'm going to be burning in everlasting fire. And, oh, I'm dumb. I'm this. I don't know what I'm talking about. That's my issue. So kiss to the sky. Thank you to all my all the little fruit that fell from my tree. I love you, and continue to fertilize the soil and to feed the people from Mama the tree. All right, let me look at these comments. No, Brother Panic never in his life said darkest minds of the light. You need to get your ass beat. So please get out of here. No one ever said that. But Brother Panic, you contact Brother Panic and ask him. He's never said darkest minds of the light. That literally is something I made up from speaking to my child when she was like a little baby. So stop lying. That's what I'm talking about. You're getting ready to get blocked. I'm not on that right now. Nope. Brother Panic used to say dark side, not darkest minds of the light. Why are you lying? Oh my goodness. We have liars in here. Peace, Genesis. Let me put my brother. Shout out to Indigenous Black man. Let me drop a bomb for this brother. I'm on my Indigenous Black man today. Hold on. Exactly, Indigenous. And exactly. Indigenous knows, people who know, where's my sister Ascenta Phoenix? And again, I'm glad they're teaching it. You know what I'm saying? Indigenous, you've seen JJ, what was it, 2020, 2021 when I debated him that? So there wasn't one single person on the internet teaching that. And I'm not like, oh, I don't want them to teach it unless they say I taught it. That's not my point. My point is I was in the center of the corridor, standing in the middle of the Arcadia. People were throwing tomatoes. Some of my brothers and sisters were trying to shield me with their cloaks, like, don't throw tomatoes. She knows that like, I love the ones who really understood and they've rocked with me, like the supporters in the chat. But I'm talking about the teachers, not one teacher. Not one teacher. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Go to YouTube, put in Napah, Jesus is a serpent, and either you'll see me coming up teaching it from like 4, 5, 6 years ago, or you'll see people saying she's crazy, she's crazy, and da da da. So that's my thing. And yeah, okay, this is just one stream. I'm not going to harp on this. You're not going to hear me going on and on about, oh, I was teaching it, and I'm not going to do that, but I am getting it on record that I see everybody. At first, I was just sitting back quietly, and I was like, look at these people, but this is getting out of control. And yes, there you go. Yes, Lex Vortex used to say the darkest minds. I don't have to look it up. I know what I'm talking about. I've known Lex Vortex since 2019. Lex Vortex didn't say, No, Lex Vortex never said darkest minds of the light. Crash out. Stop. If I'm rough on you, because I don't like people coming in and acting like the thing about me, I'm different than a lot of people in this community. I always shout out people that I worked with or that I got something from. Like I'll even say, oh, that's why the sister blah, blah, blah is this, even though I don't agree with her teachings. I'll say her name. She won't say my name because I am Napah, and they're scared to like, even they don't even want to let the sun, they don't want to, it's like they want me to have as much shade and hide me as deep as possible. But what they don't understand is they're empowering me when they put me deep, because I'm of the dark and I bring the light when I go darker. So the darkest minds of the light, you know, when you have the sundial and the earth is on its axis, spinning, rotating around the sun, but the illusion is that the sun is moving, but really I'm circling the sun. The earth is the dark side. This is the dark side, the earth, and we move around the sun. So I have to get around the sun. I'm moving around the sun to understand things. That's when I say the darkness, when you go deep in your mind, when you go to the darkest, deepest part, esoterically, when you go to the arcane, that's when you say, oh, I see it now, because you're enlightened. So yeah, anyway, it's all love. I'm not trying to beat anybody up too much. Just to clarify, you're saying the Most High told Jesus to say the opposite of what it already told Adam. You didn't. I don't know who you are. Just don't worry about it, Crash Out, because I don't know what you're talking about, my friend. So, just to clarify, you're saying the Most High told Jesus to say the opposite of what it already told Adam? That's kind of, I don't understand completely, really, resi. So what I'm saying is, according to the story, according to extra biblical teaching, the serpents were the heavenly beings. They were, quote, I'm doing air quotes, benevolent and malevolent. So when you hear about a serpent, you don't want to go, which I've said, it doesn't mean that it's evil. It means that it's a heavenly being. They're described as serpents, like seraphim, the Nahash, things like that. So that's what I'm saying. The cherubim, they're all fiery beings, and nobody's talking about this in their teaching. Not my brother Sanchez, not anyone who's teaching this. So I'm going to give this to you. Okay, this is my understanding, because I used to sit and discuss a lot of things with astro theologist. Shout out to my brother, rest in power and peace to my brother Esoteric, and all of the people that would come to his channel, and we'd have forums backstage, and they teach things about celestial bodies, shining beings, the Lucifers, the shining lights. When we talk about astrotheology, we've got Venus, the bright morning star. So these are heavenly bodies, bright, heavenly, shimmering bodies. And you, like I said, a flame is it winds, it goes, when it flickers and when it goes left to right, it's like a winding, almost a flame. So this is how it's likened to a shining, fiery serpent. Check. You like that? I know you like that. So peace and love. Let me see what we got here. Peace, everybody. The serpent represents something you have to master. It's within us. That's why the 13th astrology sign is someone holding a serpent, taming it, mastering it. Christ also represents the 13th. Yeah, that's great. Thank you. That's wonderful. That I could rock with that. That's what I said. I love people coming in, adding to it. But I'm not quite at the level, or I shouldn't be at this point of the paradigm shifting up. I'm not that dead body that fertilizes the earth for everybody to just, everything to grow out of. No, you have me a little confused. What I'm doing is I'm that everlasting tree, and you're going to have to acknowledge that I'm here. You don't have to always say, oh, this great tree. But if you're going to, that whoever's read the book, The Giving Tree, at least acknowledge the stump that you're sitting on. Y'all done taking everything away from me. My fruit, my leaves, you chop me down to make a house. You're going to acknowledge the stump you're sitting on while you're teaching this. Go read The Giving Tree. So peace and love. Peace to everybody. I will be talking about Moses. Keep your eyes and ears open. Moses and the Levitical priesthood. And I'm also going to try to come out more with the information on, Jesus and the Lucifers, Satan, Jesus. I show the esoteric of that scripture where they say Christ is he teaches, or he heals them through Beelzebub. And then Christ says, can a house divided stand? That's right there telling you Jesus is not battling against Satan like you see on the surface in this Bible. They are one in the body, the heavenly body. They have their roles. It's not a kumbaya. It's a balance. It's the yin yang. It's the scales. It's the twins, the Gemini. Which I happen to be a Gemini. It's the Pisces. It's the two. It's the pillars. It's as above, so below. It is the black and white. It is that what do you call it? The double entendre. It is the oxymoron. Anyway. All right. Peace to you, Crash Out. And let's see, Zigonomics. I saw an interview with Bill Cooper, and he said the elites are trying to basically reenact Revelations. Your thoughts? Possibly. Bill was here. He was a native Arizonan. He was here, and they took him out. The sheriffs took him out. So I could see that. But guess what? Zigonomics, isn't it still interesting that I just said that the oxymoron, or like the double entendre, the irony. Watch this. Even though, and I know the darkest minds are going to get this, the darkest minds of the light, even if the elites are acting out these things in the book, Zigonomics, that still doesn't say that the prophecies are still true. How deep is that? Like, that's so, let me drop a bomb on that one. Hold on. You know what I'm saying. If you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. Even though some people can say, oh, well, these prophecies are coming true, but they're only coming true because they were written down and they're being reenacted. It still says that the prophecies are true. So the prophecies are still real. And that's the See how it works, like with the irony? It's so dope. So peace and love to everybody. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Let me end it with my brother here. I gotta, we indigenous black man is part of the community. We be saying now everybody's like, shoot, let me get on my indigenous black man and tell people, hey, I said that first. So bottom line, Sanchez, etc., are biting the pause talking points, right or wrong. Oh man. And with that, let me drop that whole bomb because and the cold part is indigenous, all you want them to do is be like, dang. And when Napah was saying this and we were dragging her and saying she's crazy, ... So that's all I want. I don't need everybody every time they do their teaching. Everybody has their own knowledge. We're resonating in one frequency now. We're all on the same frequency now. This is the alignment. This is the amazing part. So I don't need people to kiss up to me or blah blah blah. But if you came in banging on me and trying to humiliate me and you couldn't destroy it because it is the truth, because here it is right now. Not just our community, we have everyone. It doesn't matter, white, black, Asian, Christian, atheist, whoever. These even they're on there saying, oh, Jesus is a serpent in the garden. It's beautiful to me. It's beautiful. So here I'm going to drop this bomb for indigenous black man's comments. And said I'm going to try my hardest to get that this Moses thing out because it's beautiful. Oh, before I go, don't forget to get your tickets for the debate this weekend. Let me show you. This debate is going to be so good. I am looking forward to it. We have Apostle. Oh, that's not it. My bad. Where is it at? Well, these are the debates anyway. Sekou versus Easy Bands. We got a lot coming up. Chief X versus God Energy. But this one coming up this weekend. Oh, yes. We have Apostle Zaquan versus Mr. Morpheus himself, the decoder. And then we have the Apostle going up against each other in a debate this weekend. The tickets have gone up to $25 for this last week. Sonetter did up the price. It's still discounted because most tickets are usually $30. And this is going to be a bang, bang, banger. We got Apostle and Morpheus in their debut professional paid debates. They are both debuting in their first paid debates. They are ready with the information. Was Jesus a fraud? Was Jesus a liar? This is going down March 28th at 7 p.m. The tickets are in the link to get the tickets. The link to get the tickets are in the description, but just to make sure, I'm going to pin it. I'm going to put it in the chat right now. Please get your ticket. If you can't afford the ticket, really, if you can't afford the ticket and you just are like doing what everybody else is doing, working to make it, we understand that. I know Sonetter understands. So if you really, really want to see it and you're a regular and you always support Sonetter, send an email. Nobody's going to put you on blast. It's nothing. Times are tough. So if you really want to do this and you want to get in here, and I'm not saying everybody do that, be like 10 people, oh, I can't afford it, but you know who you are. If you salute to you, Queens, New York City, if you want to see this debate and you support all the time, here's the link for the debate right here. Just reach out in an email to Sonetter and to me though. It's really to me, because then I'll let Sonetter know and he'll be like, yeah, send them the link. Because he's one thing about Sonetter, he's even more generous than me. Now, again, I'm not telling you to come try to get free tickets if you're sitting on a whole stack of surplus cash. You already, got your returns back, and then you're like, oh, I don't know, let's go spend all this money. I'm not saying to do that, but people who really want to see the debates, and you just, you might feel like you don't want to. Peace, Mr. Morpheus. We got Morpheus in the building. Oh, yes, we got Morpheus in the building. It is coming. This is going to be, we got the brother in the building. He is going to be giving Apostle that work, and we do not want to miss it. So Peace and love to you. This is going to be an excellent debate. But yeah, everybody, the link is in the chat. We love you. We love you all out there. And come in, support Morpheus and Apostle Zaquan. This is going to be one of the, I make good predictions on this. This is going to be one of the debates that you're going to regret missing. You're going to say, dang, why did you keep that in the crate, Sonetter? Can you bring that out? Can you bring that out? Don't miss this debate. So peace and love to everybody. I'm in here on my indigenous black man, Morpheus, complaining. Morpheus, you even know who was getting their head banged in about Jesus is the serpent in the garden? Yours truly, right? Okay. Even my brother Morpheus and my brother Reggie, Dr. Reggie, were over there like, this is ridiculous. We need to get in here. Sakina Ra. But these are people that show love. They acknowledge that. At least they acknowledge me. I'm talking about, like, I see Brother Sanchez over. I get a notification. I saw Brother Sanchez over there on Killah Priest. Shout out to Killah Priest, though. It's all love. I'm not angry, but I'm still saying, y'all are gonna stop acting like you don't know who Napah Shaddai is. Thank you for your always acknowledging me, Morpheus. It's a real honor that a teacher like you acknowledges me, for the record. I know I don't say that a lot, but I mean that. And I'm not being biased, Apostle. I'm not being biased. You are, when it comes to the Bible, Apostle sleeps, eats, breathes, showers, thinks all scripture. So this is going to really be a fire. Thank you so much, brother. Peace to you. Peace and love. This is going to be a fire debate. You guys get your tickets. All right, I'm going to end this. Peace, Cedric. Oh, we got the family coming out. Let's see, what time is it? It's like I'm in Arizona, so it's 9:38. We have a bunch of night owls in here, but I appreciate it. What time is it on where you are, Cedric? Oh, there's my honey. There's my sister, Benita. Benita, you gotta contact me too about your ticket, because you weren't I don't think you were in the audience the last debate. I don't think you were in the audience. I love you. All right, guys. I got it all out. Tomorrow I'm gonna try to get bring out that information some more about what I said about the Kemetic priesthood, just to redo it. But yeah, that's it. Just wanted to do that. And get your tickets. Be there this weekend. If I don't even go live tomorrow, Sonetter probably will, because he's going to what time is it where you are, Cedric? I'm getting ready to end this anyway. What time is it where you are? I'm curious. I think it's the same time as in New York. Anyway, let me go. I'm going to leave you with this song. I'm going to leave it with our brother, Indigenous Black Man, on the screen. Got to leave Indigenous Black Man up there. And let me leave you with this song. But peace and love to everybody. Again, I'm not angry. I'm not hating. But I had to just say this. I just had to say what I had to say. All right. Here we go. It's Neo Love.
Messed up, like, he saved from up there where y'all at. He saved from New York. Well, upstate.
Upstate New York? Nah, we don't claim that.
Screaming at the top of your lungs don't make you that guy. Try to watch my style and replay it, don't make you fly. Don't take a break, cause the fake like the snake. When the big dog away, all they do is clout chase. When I enter the room, all they do is bout face. Put them lions on my back, then ball with the minister. Side put me on there, everybody wanna mimic you. Yeah, I thought I told you we the toughest here. We be on the scene, niggas screen our shit. We the toughest you done seen, we the big boy clique. If he really want smoke, I pull up with him. Toughest environment, smoke city. I can tell by your energy, you ain't really woke. He showed up to debate, but he choked. No money in his pocket, boy broke. Shit, the only thing he can teach is hope. Kill a spider, drown a fish, stomp a rose, do something. But don't come on side net up with the stunt. Everybody over here getting money. Touche hit me up, told me go and run it. Guess I'm Carl Lewis. You looking dumb foolish. Nigga way upstate making soft music. Boy, this the toughest environment, show you how to do it. Mr. Toughest environment, show you how to do it. We be on the scene, niggas screen our shit. We the toughest you done seen, we the big boy clique. If he really want smoke, I pull up with it. Toughest environment, Smoke City. I can tell by your energy, you ain't really woke. He showed up to the debate, but he choked. No money in his pocket, boy broke. Shit, the only thing he can teach is hope. We be on the scene, niggas screen our shit. We the toughest you done seen, we the big boy clique. If he really want smoke, I pull up with it. Toughest environment, Smoke City. I can tell by your energy, you ain't really woke. He showed up to the debate, but he choked. No money in his pocket, boy broke. Shit, the only thing